everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video I wanted to go over my recent pick and mix samples and beauty kit purchases. It is around this time of the month that I would usually be doing my new pick and mix samples video, but due to the current circumstances, Feel Unique have currently halted all sample services, being the beauty kit and the pick and mix samples. So at this moment in time I am not able to order any new samples from them or order a beauty kit either. But I still wanted to do my usual follow-up of the samples that I've tried, so thought I would combine it into one video and go over the items that I tried, both from the beauty kit and from last month's pick and mix samples. And then when the service does come available again, which hopefully won't be too much longer, I will then just be doing a video of the samples that I chose for that month and kind of starting again in that respect. So I will start first of all with the beauty kit, because that is the samples that I've had the longest, and then I will go over the items that I've tried from the pick and mix samples. So the first thing I got in my beauty kit was the Caudalie toner, and this is a hydrating toner. Now looking at the bottle, it doesn't look like I've used that much, but I've used this quite a few times. This is currently in my Shop My Stash skincare drawer for this month. So I've been using this now for the last sort of 2 or 3 weeks, and this is the only toner that I have in that drawer. I know I only kind of just do one thing and I'm done with it, but still, this is going a really long way. This is a 50ml, and I didn't think to bring over the worth of the items, which would have been good, and it might be something that I do for future videos actually. I will keep hold of my notes which say how much each of the samples is worth, and I can let you know if that sample was worth that amount to me, so I need to remember that for next time. But this is a really nice toner. I had been using before this the Lacura, I think it's the Healthy Tonic, which is supposed to be a dupe of the Pixie Glow Tonic, and I think this is definitely a more gentler toner. I say it is a hydrating toner and I don't feel like it dries my skin out, which sometimes the Lacura one can. The Lacura one can leave my skin feeling a bit tight, whereas this doesn't at all. But because it is that little more gentler, I don't know if it's doing what I want it to do. To me, a toner is supposed to be kind of like an exfoliant, and I feel like with the Lacura one, the reason I'm mentioning the Lacura one is because that's my most recent one that I've used to kind of compare it to. I feel like that does exfoliate my skin a bit better and give me a fresher start when then applying my skincare, whereas this is nice and it leaves my skin feeling nice. I just don't feel it's as effective as that one, and it is great if you are looking for a really gentle toner. It definitely fits the bill in that respect, but for me I kind of like it a bit more, not harsher, but I do like it to work a bit better than I feel like this does. But don't get me wrong, I am really enjoying using it and I will definitely finish this one up. Next thing I got was the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Bod Buff, and this is well and truly used up. I think I've squeezed every last ounce out of this tube because I really like it. The fact that I am obsessed with this scent does kind of help in the situation, but this is a really good exfoliator. I would say for the consistency of this exfoliator, it does have the sort of grains in it which I would say are a similar consistency to cracked black pepper. So when you have one of those pepper grinders, the size of the grains of pepper that you get, like what is contained in here, so it does give you a nice level of exfoliation. It's not overly scratchy, which I've found some body exfoliators can be. It is effective as well. My skin does feel really nice and soft after I've used this. I also like that you can use it a couple of different ways. It says you can apply it as a body mask onto dry skin and wash it off after 10 minutes, or you can just use it as a kind of immediate wash on wash off exfoliator, which is what I was using it for. I did try it as a mask once, but I didn't notice it was any more effective leaving it on for 10 minutes than putting it on and washing it straight off. As long as you're kind of doing the motion of exfoliating it, then I feel like it's as effective. But it is a really nice product and one I would definitely consider purchasing again in the future. I do have a couple more body exfoliators which I will be going into now this one is finished, but once I finish those two up, obviously unless I love them as much as this one, it is definitely one I would consider, and I just love the scent so much that I want every different variation of anything that smells like the Brazilian Boom Boom Cream, but this one was really nice. Then we have this By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Powder, and I'm really on the fence with this one. It is a super finely milled setting powder, I think the most finely milled setting powder that I've used. So I do quite like the way it looks, but the problem I have is I tend to inhale it a lot. It gets into the air so much and I can kind of feel it on my chest, even sort of up to half an hour after applying it on my face. Tried applying it a few different ways. I've used a brush, I've used a damp sponge, and I just find that it kind of gets into the air too much and I can sort of feel it on my chest. It does have a consistency, in my opinion, very similar to flour, and you know the way when you kind of blow that and it goes up in the air and it sort of, the particles sit in the air for a while. It is a bit like that. Effectiveness wise, it does look nice and it does blur out the skin, but on the other hand it does sort of cling to some of my imperfections as well. With regards to sort of my T-zone here, it looks really nice there. So I have been generally buffing it all over my face and it has looked really nice, but because I do like to go in with a bigger brush and buff it all over my face, that's when more particles end up in the air, so it's kind of like a vicious cycle with this one. I will probably use it up, but I need to find a better way of applying it, and maybe a different brush, perhaps one that's not so fluffy. When I first applied this, which was in my recent Get Ready With Me video, I did use quite a dense brush and that did help a little bit, but it didn't apply it as smoothly as using a fluffy brush. It's a nice product. It's definitely not one I'll repurchase, but it is quite nice. You've just kind of got to hold your breath when you use it. And finally, we had these couple of products from Filorga. This one is the NCTF Reverse Cream and this one is the Nutrifilla Cream. I couldn't really tell a difference between these two. I have only used each of them twice, I think, at this point, and they're both quite thick, luxurious creams and they do feel nice on the skin, but I don't know, I didn't notice any difference. I think I kept getting them mixed up as to what their claims were. I think it's this one, which is the Nutrifilla. I remember reading about this and it was saying it was going to be good at contouring your face because of the collagen and things in it, but I haven't noticed that. But again, I've only used it twice, so I can't give a thorough review on these. I did mean to include them in my Shop My Stash skincare drawer, but changed my mind, but then realised I still needed to test them out to do a video like this, so that's why I did use both of them twice, just to at least have some sort of impression on them. Consistency wise, I found them to be quite similar. They both have the same scent, which I take it is the kind of Filorga scent. It's a very fresh smelling scent. It's not offensive in the slightest. It's quite nice smelling. It doesn't linger on the skin or anything like that, but I think there was a difference in price in these two and I didn't notice one being better than the other. I didn't notice one being more luxurious than the other. If you'd have kind of given me these two pots and said they both contain the same cream, I kind of would have believed you because they do feel very similar. Definitely not a product I'm going to go out and repurchase because they are really pricey, but I wanted to try them. I was getting the beauty kit and paying for it. I might as well have treated myself to some luxury. So they're nice, but I don't really know what they do. So they were the 5 products that I tried as part of the beauty kit. At the point I purchased my beauty kit, I did pay £12 plus shipping of £3.95, so £15.95 in total, but I did get my shipping reimbursed to me. Not long after I placed this order, they did actually put the price up of the beauty kit to £15 plus shipping, so you're now looking at paying £18.95. I did pick 2 pretty expensive products here and I think the total worth of my beauty kit was around £55. So even if I would have paid the £15 plus delivery, I would have technically got my money's worth, but at a push, because these to me, yes, okay, they're nice luxurious moisturisers, these aren't worth very much to me. But when it comes back available, I am going to have to see what is in there and make sure I do get my money's worth out of it, especially with it going up an extra few pounds. I was quite surprised for it to have gone up so soon because it's not even been available for that long. I think it was only sort of October, November time last year that it became available. So it's not even been a full year and they've already put the price up. Maybe they weren't making enough money on it, I'm not too sure, but that's my thoughts on the beauty kit. Now let's move over to the pick and mix samples. So the pick and mix samples is a service that is £3.95, which is just to cover the cost of shipping, and then you do get a voucher in reimbursement of your £3.95. So effectively this is a free service. and you can choose 5 samples. So I did get a couple more products from Filorga in the pick and mix samples. The first one I got was this Optimize eye cream, and then I got this miso mask. This was quite a nice mask. I'm not a huge fan of the wash off face masks. I do prefer a sheet mask because I am quite lazy, but for a wash off face mask it wasn't too bad. There was a bit of trial and error as to how thick of a layer I needed to apply. The first time that I applied it, I definitely went in with too thin of a layer and I kind of rubbed it away to nothing, and I probably could have not washed it off and just left it on the skin. But the second and third time that I used it, I went in with the right amount and it felt okay while it was on the skin. Didn't feel as sort of pampering to me as wearing a sheet mask does. It just felt like I sort of left my moisturiser not rubbed in properly, but it does come off quite easily. It says to just use a damp cotton pad to take it off, and I didn't find that I had an issue taking it off. It does leave your skin feeling very, very soft after it's applied, and I was applying this overnight, and then when I woke up the next morning my skin did still feel really, really soft. It is a really nice mask. I just, for the price of what it is, I wouldn't repurchase it, and I do prefer the application process of a sheet mask rather than the kind of wash off. But it's the best wash off mask that I've tried in a good while, so it's okay, but I wouldn't repurchase it, mainly for the price. And then I say the other item from Filorga is the Optimize eye cream. I really, really like this. It is a 4ml sample, and I think I said in my video most eye cream samples that you tend to get are in the realms of sort of 1.5ml, whereas this is 4ml. I don't know how much of this I've got left, which is a problem with the tube being white and the liquid being a sort of clearish liquid, but I feel like I've still got quite a lot left in here. It does blend into the eyes beautifully. A little goes a long way because you don't need much at all, you need the tiniest of amounts. The 2 eye creams that I currently use are the Benefit It's Potent and the Tarte See Brighter eye cream, and both of those are more of a white cream-like consistency, whereas this is more like a gel cream, and it does, say, just blends in so nicely. And this would be an eye cream if I did have a sort of skincare routine in the mornings where I wanted to apply an eye cream. I think you could definitely get away with applying makeup over the top of this. I do use it under my eyes and also on my eyelids as well, and it does leave my eyes feeling really nice. It's not heavy in the slightest. I'll say that it's supposed to battle dark circles, puffiness and wrinkles, and I do have ever so slight sort of crow's feet here, and I feel like it has helped with them. I don't think it's helped overly with the dark circles because I still have them and still need to cover them up with concealer. I don't tend to get puffiness under my eyes, so I can't comment with regards to that, but it is a really nice eye cream. I don't think it was much more expensive than the 2 that I currently use, but I use those 2 eye creams to get the effect that this one gives. So this may be one in the future that I consider once I've used those up. I do still have an awful lot of product left in them, so it definitely won't be a purchase that I make anytime soon, but it is one that I will kind of keep on my radar. Next we have what was Elizabeth Arden capsules, and as you can see I've used them all up. This did just contain 7 capsules. Had originally intended to use 7 days in a row, but I forgot. So I did use them over the course of a month and I did really enjoy them. I actually found that I could get 2 uses out of one of the individual capsules. That is a bit of a pain when it comes to trying to store it, because I was having to store it upright between the 2 nights, but because of the type of liquid that is contained in the capsules, it was going a long way, and I was easily getting 2 full face applications and even kind of a bit down my neck off 1 capsule. So yes, they are a pricey product, but if you are willing to do that and get 2 uses out of 1 capsule, you can easily get your money's worth out of them, and I have actually priced repurchasing these. They do have a 30 capsule available, which I think is 38. At the time I had a look, it was 25% off on Feel Unique and it was just under £30. So you're basically paying £1 a capsule, but for me that's 2 days worth. And I was so tempted to purchase it, but I have an awful lot of skincare that I need to get through at the moment. So this is another one that I will definitely consider in the future because I did really enjoy them. The serum that's contained in the capsules is very rich, and I found on nights when I was using these that I didn't need much other products. What I tend to go in with after sort of cleansing and toning is 1 or 2 serums, or a serum and oil and then a moisturiser. But when I was using this, I found that I didn't need to use any other serum or oil because this is a kind of oily serum. And then when I was applying a moisturiser, I would only go in with one of my lightweight moisturisers rather than a heavier one, because this does make your skin feel soft as soon as it rubbed in, and I didn't feel like I needed much more in terms of moisturising or even plumping, because I think it does have elements of that as well. I believe these ones that I tried are the kind of anti-wrinkle ones, so this may be something once I've got through some of my skincare and finished some products up that I do make another purchase of, because I think I could get quite a long time out of a pack of 30 capsules, especially if I'm getting the 2 uses per capsule. So really recommend it, and if you do want to try them, try and get the 2 uses out of it if you can, to make them go that little bit longer, but really recommend these. And then the final product in the pick and mix was this Sol de Janeiro Cocoa Cabana cream, and I've only used this once because I cannot stand the smell. As much as I love the smell of the original Boom Boom cream, I hate the smell of this one. Once I'd applied it to my legs, I had to go and immediately wash it off because I did not like the smell at all. It kind of smells like burnt coconutty marshmallowy type smell, and I like the smell of coconut and I like the smell of marshmallow, but this just didn't smell nice at all. I don't know what it was, but it was a case of once I'd rinsed it off my legs, I then went and washed my hands. We have sort of quite strong smelling hand soap, and I could still smell this. I ended up actually, at the time I used it, I had nail varnish on, which was getting a little bit chipped. So I took the opportunity to take my nail varnish off in the hope that the smell of the nail varnish remover would disguise this smell. But after I had removed my nail varnish and washed my hands again, I could still smell it, and I don't know if it's just because it was in my nose or what, but yeah, the amount of love that I have for this one is the amount of hate that I have for this scent. And I did have high hopes for it because I do love things that are coconut scented, but there was something else in here that I do not like at all. See, it just says fragrance. It doesn't actually say what the fragrance is, but yeah, no, this was not good. I don't even know what the effects of the actual moisturiser is, because I couldn't leave it on my skin because I couldn't bear the smell. So I don't know if it's as good as the original Boom Boom cream. I honestly can't tell you, but yeah, don't presume if you like coconuts that you'll like the scent of this, because I definitely didn't. So this one was a major miss, but I'm really glad that I tried it, because they recently brought out a body wash with this scent, and I nearly bought it because I thought I would really like it because of loving the other one. So I'm really glad that I did actually have this first to try before just purchasing something from this line. So effectively a hit in that it saved me money, but yeah, I don't like this one at all. Then the actual 5th product, which I'd forgotten about, is a product that I can't find, and that was the Huda Beauty enzyme scrub. I know I put it in my Shop My Stash drawer for the intention of using it this month, but then I put it in the bathroom to actually use it, and I did use it, but I don't know where the actual package has gone. I will try and put a picture up on the screen somewhere, but it was a sachet attached to a cardboard bit of information about it, and I ripped off the cardboard, and I thought I'd kept that with the rest of these products so I could at least have that to hold up, and then I took the sachet away to use, but I don't know where it's gone, and I can't find the sachet nor the piece of cardboard, even though they were separate, so I think they took a slight walk. But with regards to the product, I did actually use it, and it did say on the sachet that it was a single use. I thought, based on how many uses I've had out of sachets in the past, that I might get more than one, but I didn't. It was only a single use. It's a really nice product. It does feel really weird when applying it. It's not like other facial exfoliators that I've used before, but it is an enzyme scrub as opposed to a facial exfoliant. When you first start rubbing it in, it feels kind of smooth on the skin, but then the grains or whatever it is build up and build up and build up. and there's a point where you don't know whether what's coming off in your hands is actual dead skin that it's rubbing off, or it's just the build-up of the product that's used for the scrub. It is very, very strange. It did leave my face feeling nice and soft, not so much that I noticed the next day, but I think because it is an enzyme scrub as opposed to a facial exfoliant, it is gentler, so I think it's one of those products that you'd probably notice over time. So I can't give a full-blown review because I did only get to use it once. I didn't love it so much that I'd go and purchase it because it also did feel quite weird. But it was one of those products that I am glad I got to try because it was the first thing that I'd seen from the Huda skincare range, and it was something new to the market, which with the pick and mix samples you don't tend to get stuff that's brand new, and this was, so that was really great to try it, but it's not one that I would repurchase. I've just got a whiff of the Cabana cream again. I held it too close to my nose. So the pick and mix was these 4 samples plus the enzyme scrub, and I paid £3.95 for these, and I would say I definitely got my money's worth out of these, more so than the beauty kit. Even though there was some hits with the beauty kit, I feel like I liked everything here more. Obviously I hated this product, but it was good that it saved me money, because that's the point in this service, it's to try things before you buy it. So it was a hit in the respect of it saved me money. I need to put it down because it's right under my nose, but I really like these products. I preferred the eye cream and the capsules, but this was nice, and the enzyme scrub was nice as well. So definitely for me, out of the 2 services, pick and mix was so much better this month, and it's obviously a fraction of the price, it's effectively free. So I am really excited for the service to come back. I hope when they do come back they will have accumulated a few more samples and things, and there'll be quite a few more products to choose from. So I know this video is slightly different than they usually are, but I thought I'd still give some sort of review on the products that I tried. Hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. That is it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks.